'Tis so sweet to still be playing. Hey, it is a brand new Village Vice. He is Zach Blackerby. I'm Brad Law. We missed you guys. We missed each other. We said it wasn't going to be a while. This is like twice we've had to go a week. We just
Shouldn't
need to get
happen
back
again.
up. We need to get.
Shouldn't happen again.
No, it shouldn't. We got to get some shots up. We got to kind of get back into the routine. I did a couple baseball shows last week. You, on the other hand. By the way, before we get to what you did, today's show brought to you in part by mybookie.ag. We love our partners at mybookie.ag. They're giving you a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000 if you use promo code BARN, B-A-R-N, not much simpler than that. They're also going to give you a $10 casino chip when you use that promo code. So go check it out. Take advantage, mybookie.ag. So I was feeling guilty about my baseball schedule interfering with our ability to do the show. And then I realized late last week as I was in Lexington that you added a member to the family.
I did.
Yes.
Blackerby child number 3 is in the world. She's asleep downstairs right now. Everybody's healthy. Kinda healthy.
Yeah, because this is something else we're going to talk about too. Not only, I hope it's okay to talk about this.
Sure.
Like giving birth is one thing.
Okay. It's pretty crazy. Right.
It's one thing to give birth.
Correct.
It's another thing to have the flu. Like it's also challenging to have the flu.
Yeah.
Just like by itself.
Yes.
Your wife did both at the same time.
Gave birth with the flu. She is a superhero.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
It's insane.
Zach.
Yeah, it's insane. No, I can't imagine just, the giving birth part. But
right.
No, she's on the come up for sure. I'm not. I am in the thick of having the flu.
So you got
sound like this.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. We power on.
We're not going to ask you to carry the show today like you usually do. You're just the eye candy today, okay?
Whatever, Brad.
You just be the eye candy.
Look, here's the thing. Auburn's in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And they're taking on your Michigan Wolverines.
My Michigan Wolverines.
I mean, are you stoked that your two loves are playing?
I'm stoked.
Are you like dreading it that one of your beloved teams has to go home on Friday?
No, I'm excited about the matchup. I do like Michigan. Again, the backstory for those who aren't everyday viewers of this show or every time we have a show, viewers of the show.
Right.
I was Michigan studio host for 4 years when I lived in a different part of the country, including the season that they went to the national championship and lost to Louisville. So I was along for that ride with John Beeline and company and their crew, and it was a great year.
You were asked to be the mascot for a few games as well, correct?
No, that's completely false.
Oh, is that a secret? We can't say that.
It's completely and utterly false. I think that's a flu, Yeah, I think that's
I brought up something I should
dream.
That's on me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, fever dream, flu vision, whatever that is. You just you're hallucinating.
It's amazing how many parallels are in this game.
Yeah.
Obviously Trey Donaldson's the big one. Assistant coaches.
KT
Harrell, right? I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool.
A fun story from Lexington is we were watching, and Ike Irish, who came back this past weekend, is from Michigan. Yeah, he did. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. He's from Michigan, and he was intently watching the Michigan-Texas A&M game. And so I asked him, I said, hey, did you grow up a Michigan fan?
Of course you asked him that.
Yeah.
Of course you asked him that.
Michigan fan? I was kind of ready for him to say,
Ike, can we watch Michigan together, please?
Yeah, kind of. A little bit like that. He looked at me stone-faced. He goes, absolutely not. No, he was a Michigan State guy growing up.
Got it. Well, hopefully we play them too. That'd be great.
He said, I hate Michigan. So he was hate watching. He was really hoping Texas A&M was going to win that game. So
did you tell him that you were a mascot for a few games?
I didn't say mascot, but I did tell him about the hosting. I did tell him.
I'm sure he was thrilled. How interested on a scale of 1 to 10 was he in your story about your Michigan love?
About a 1.5 at the beginning, and it fell off to about a 0.5.
Got it.
Yeah. Just
sure he was thrilled by it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It was in between when Auburn had won that 11-inning game where he just come off 5 hits and 2 home runs, and we were waiting to go to Rupp for the basketball game. He didn't care. He didn't care at all. Okay. You also got the big 7-footer from Yale who's on this Michigan team.
Oh, right. Don't love that.
No, well, we'll talk more about the matchup, but I love the matchup. I'm excited about it. I think anybody the rest of the way. Auburn's got to go through fill in the blank. I'm just going to straight steal this from Bruce Pearl. Okay. Auburn's got to go through fill in the blank to get there. They got to go through Auburn.
There it is.
And that Auburn team that we saw Saturday against Creighton can beat anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No question. No question. And I think what Auburn did in both halves was show things that they haven't shown since the last time they were at Rupp, as far as effort and just overall intensity.
Hunger.
Something fell off. And I don't know if it was Dylan Cardwell or Stephen Pearl's comments after the Alabama State win or what. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But something happened and woke them up. And you could tell early. I mean, a lot of the attention's going to the second half because what they did in the second half was incredible.
Yeah.
But even with what they were able to do to keep pace with Creighton, making 20 million threes and not knowing how to miss at all in the first half, and they were only down by a few points. It's like, this is pretty impressive too.
Yeah. Down 2 at halftime. And the people sitting around me said, like, everybody kind of had the same thought, which was, we're not really concerned. They're not going to hit 65% of their threes for the game.
Nope.
Kalkbrenner wasn't dominating the post. Kalkbrenner.
Who? Okay.
Their big guy.
Sure.
Have you taken medicine today?
A lot.
Okay. All right. That explains it. All right. Good. So he wasn't dominating things. He affected Janai a little bit around the basket. The only thing that kind of concerns me a little bit about Michigan and their size, you got 2 7-footers. Probably Janai's not going to play to the basket the way he needs to have a high field goal percentage. You're probably going to see the fadeaway shot more. That's just kind of the nature of his game. He doesn't play above the rim. He plays near the rim. And if he doesn't have a size advantage, he fades away. So, do those shots fall? Can he look to be a bigger part of the passing game? Those are kind of questions as we get closer to Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can talk about the names that are around the rim, but in March, what we typically see is it's the guard play that elevates. Not that Janai can't be a part of the impact of all of that, but if Auburn's going to win a natty, or if they're going to beat Michigan, or if they're going to make it to the Final Four, or what, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You're probably going to need, X amount of effort from the guards.
Yeah.
On offense and defense. And over the course of 40 minutes against Creighton, you saw different guys at different times step up. Denver had the dagger late.
Yeah.
Tahad put him in that situation. Miles didn't have a great game against Creighton offensively, but obviously he did against Alabama State. He's returning back to the city where he played the majority of his college basketball. Being a former Georgia Tech guy, so I think that's fun. But you're gonna see other guys need to step up, and it's gonna be guards. So Janai went to social media saying, "Hey, Auburn fans, you're gonna get more out of me," and all that's great. And we all need more Janai. But to me, it's the guards that I think are going to carry Auburn to where they want to be.
Yeah, it's not the scoring part. Janai didn't have double-figure scoring, but he pulled down a ton of rebounds. It's the rebounding game. It's the assisting game. It's making sure that Michigan can't over-defend the three-point line. Yeah. Tahad, by the way, 39 points in 2 NCAA tournament games. Tremendous. Could get that runner did you doubt one time that runner was going to go in?
No. Once he's on, man, it's automatic.
Yeah. And the same for
Tahad.
Yeah. Denver was 5 for 8, made both of his threes. He had 15 points.
Yeah, Denver should have shot it more. But I mean, Denver's he's not a volume guy anymore. He's going to take it when he's open, and he usually hits it.
But it's good to have that guy who can. to know you can go into that bag and pull out a high volume
Yeah.
scorer in Denver Jones. That's really good to have. No, you hit the nail on the head. It's why Auburn fans, I think, should not be reserved or pessimistic or fearful about any opponent left in this bracket.
Yeah.
Because you've got the guard play. Like, that's what they went out to do. That's what they went out to add to this year's team to thrive in March. And you have them. You've got that trio. And if Chad Baker-Mazara adds to it from the guard position, now you got 4 guys.
Which he was fantastic before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, we feel very good about it, I think. And really cool to be a part of the atmosphere. Hey, can I ask you about something? This is a little bit unrelated.
Sure.
But it is related. So I noticed that inside the arena, and I assume it's this way at all NCAA tournament locations. I talked about this on the radio with Jason Caldwell a little bit Sunday. They don't show replays. Like, they don't show replays inside the arena. And it helps. Because every controversial call, we're conditioned to, hey, no, it was so-and-so. And then you look up to the video board, and then there's this second wave of emotion, which might play into the official's next call. It shouldn't, but they're human beings.
Sure.
Okay. It doesn't slow the game down. And you just kind of, as a fan, you're forced to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
How would you feel in venues if they just stopped showing replays on the big board for the express purpose of getting a reaction in a heated moment from the crowd?
It's such a huge part of the fan experience. It's such a huge part.
But like, I don't
my
feel
gut,
like
my gut says no to
Yeah.
that.
I don't feel like it took anything away from the fan experience.
Okay.
Like, you're just sort of, you're forced to pay more attention to the next play. It's like, all right, that's over. Can't come. All right, next. Here we go. Let's be involved in the play now instead of thinking about what just happened.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's certainly interesting for sure. Yeah, back I worked at Oriole Productions when I was in college, and we hosted I don't know if it was a regional or super regional for softball. And it we had to change like what we did because there was like limitations as far as, what they're able to show, because it was an NCAA event, not an Auburn event. So that's interesting. That's interesting. My gut is I'm just trying to think. And like, should it vary by sport, you think?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe so. You got to show replays in football. Like,
there's so much time in between plays.
Right.
Football.
Yeah.
Basketball's a lot more fluid.
And basketball is more of an emotional hot box. Like, everybody's just so foaming at the mouth and ready to explode about everything. You do away with in-venue replays. You keep it moving.
Yeah.
And you're on to the next play.
How about Auburn baseball? Taking 2 out of 3.
Baseball? Yeah, that was huge. This team continues to show that they are different.
How much crossover did you see of like Auburn taking over Lexington? Did that play a factor in attendance at baseball at all?
It did Saturday. Friday was so cold and windy. And then by Sunday, basketball's over. So and they moved the game up to 11 o'clock Eastern.
Right.
So you didn't see it as much Friday and Sunday. You saw it some Friday, saw it a lot more Saturday. Really good crowd Saturday, and a lot of Auburn in the stands. And when Auburn hit their home runs, like, you could hear, like, I think they brought the pep band and cheerleaders and stuff over as well. So cool. It sounded a little bit like Plainsman Park for home run celebrations. And it was enough the players and coaches noticed it for sure.
Saturday was the dramatic game, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was drama Sunday too, but Saturday was the dramatic game. Saturday was the game that Auburn led 7-3 going to the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
Lost the lead. A lot of controversial, like the clearest example on replay I've ever seen not be ruled in the way that seemed clear. Bub Terrell caught a ball in left field. The way he acted when he caught it, and then replay seemed to confirm that he caught it. Like the turf was light green, his glove is black, the ball is white. There's clearly ample black glove visible between the ball and the ground. Very clear. Right. And they ruled that he didn't catch it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And it led to, and in the same inning, Hayden Murphy had a guy struck out twice. He threw him strike 3 twice, not called strike 3 either time. That guy gets on. And so Kentucky winds up tying the game. Ike Irish comes up in the 11th, hits his second homer of the game, his 5th hit of the game. They lead 8-7. Kentucky gets a guy on third. Parker Carlson's about to strike another guy out to end the ball game. He's got him a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Guy from third tries to steal home, and Auburn throws him out at the plate to end the ball game.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Auburn went up Friday on a dropped fly ball by the third baseman with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. He just dropped. I don't mean a very difficult play, but like just as routine. You can't get more routine.
Yeah.
And the guy just dropped it. And Cole Edwards is running from second with 2 outs and scores on an infield pop-up, and they take the lead.
I mean, that could be the difference in a win and a loss in an SEC game. I mean, it's so tight. It's so tight and competitive.
Yeah.
So the fact that Auburn has won 2 out of 3 against Vandy and Kentucky, one of those obviously being on the road, it's a great start. You can't ask for much more than that.
Vandy went back home and swept Texas A&M this weekend too. So
love that.
Auburn beat Vandy 2 out of 3. Vandy's 4-2 overall. They're not a bad team. So good stuff. This week they go to Montgomery. So if you're watching us in Montgomery, please say hello to us Tuesday when Auburn plays there against South Alabama. We love it. I love it when people come up and go, "Hey, Brad, everyone's got vices." They're far away. They don't come like right up to me and yell. They say that when they're far away.
Would you be okay if they came up close to you and yelled?
I'd be a little freaked out if they came up and yelled, honestly.
Okay.
But I would just speak in a normal tone.
Got it.
Unless they're wearing Roback, and then they can do just about anything they want. By the way, go to roback.com, get 20% off anything you order, everything you order. Polos, quarter zips, pants, belts, vests, men's apparel, women's apparel. It's all there. Roback.com, RHOBACK. Use the promo code VICE20, VICE20, get 20% off from our friends at Roback.
All right, Brad, I think that does it for about does it for today's show.
It does. Take some more medicine. Please get better. And we will do this again much sooner than our last delay for sure. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Be notified anytime there's a brand new episode of Village Vice. Remember, until next time, everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.